Yo, yo, yo. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing good, and hope everybody's staying blessed. Man, it's a beautiful day, beautiful time. I don't know where everybody is, but it's beautiful. And it's really just beautiful just because we have another day, another opportunity, another chance to get right with God, to do right by God, and to just, get to know God if you don't know him. But whatever it may be, it's another day that you don't have to be here, right? And so be thankful, be grateful for that. Know that you were chosen before you were born. Understand God had plans before you knew yourself. He knew you. So, but today I have a very, very powerful word, and it's basically give it to God. Surrender and give it to God. And I've heard that saying so many times in my life, and I don't think people fully grasp the power of giving your life over to God, to Jesus, and what he can do with it. And I want to start off by saying, for all my travelers out there, or just people that are into astronomy, or people that are into just different studies and disciplines, first of all, if you realize and understand that God is the creator of all things, we can really go down the list and just be like, that is a work of God. But if we want to go to things that are not necessarily man directed, like have any influence from man, even though I give credit to God for all the great man in life, right? But if we just want to look at just God made structures, even though God made man, but just God made structures without man involved, mountains, Mount Everest, valleys, the ocean, continents, volcanoes, and I don't know if anybody ever takes the time or has the time, because sometimes it's about having the time, just to sit still and just look and be amazed at some of these structures, some of these sceneries, some of these places that God has created for us to view and look at. And it's truly amazing. Like, it's truly, like, it's astounding. Like, I can't even, there's too many words, right? And it's out of this world. Whoever made it is out of this world. It ain't no man made no mountain. Ain't no man made no volcano. Ain't no man made the clouds. Ain't no man made a tornado. Ain't no man made a hurricane. Ain't no man. I know it's a lot of crazy stuff out there, but ain't no man. There's limits to man. And when I think about this, I'm just, first of all, I'm in awe, but then I gotta recognize God for, like, I'm like, God, like, you did your thing. Like, God, you really, you on some other stuff. God is literally like an artist, a carpenter, an architect, an engineer, whatever you want to call them, right? A doctor, if you want to go to humans, right? But God, I'm just like, God, like, this is crazy, right? When you just think about it, just really think about, look at Google the greatest non-man-made structures in the world, and you will see that there are some great and amazing things. Just look at the universe, guys. Look at the sun. Look at the moon. Look at Jupiter, Mars, whatever you want, the stars, whatever you want to look at, and just be in awe for a little bit. Be in amazement for a little bit, just to realize how powerful our God is. And I say all this to say that if God can make all these structures, if God can make all these planets, if God can make the clouds, the atoms, the mountains, the trees, whatever you want to call it, if we was to give God, just humor me, if we was to give God our minimal, minute issues, our problems, our stresses, our depression, our relationship issues, our dependency, our anger, our effort, our life, our sacrifice, our purpose, our devotion. I can only imagine the Mount Everest that God would make in my life. I can only imagine the valley God would allow to flow through my life. I can only imagine the volcano eruption that God would cause on my life in a good way if I gave it all to him. And that is something out of this world. And so I hope everybody understands this, realizes this, and comprehends this, and sees how significant and powerful it is to give it all to God. So y'all have a blessed one, and continue staying blessed and realizing we have a good God, y'all. All right.